Hey y'all, hey, let's get into this intuitive reading, this intuitive message, this divinely led reading for my Jazzy Life, Jasmine. So one of the good subscribers was like, sis, let's go ahead and get that update. I can't remember, she gave me 3 people, and I believe Jasmine was one of them. And I forget the other 2. I have to go back and read the message, but I remember her saying it. So let's just get into it. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You got to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, Spirit. So what is it that you want me to share? Moving in love and light for my Jazzy Life. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Spirit says something else in the middle of the deck. Okay. So Spirit is acknowledging that she should have walked away from this romantic partner, this romantic love, this romantic relationship. If she hasn't done so, she needs to. Spirit is actually saying a long time ago. I do see pink making me feel like passion, romance, right? Spirit is saying she should have said no thank you, walk away, refusal, know your worth, self-respect, and strength. Spirit is also acknowledging that she can't, or she's using this relationship and the need to walk away to fuel a layer on the cake, to add a layer to the cake, to make her feel accomplished. So she's using this relationship to get a bag, to get money, to gain some kind of income. Okay, that's just what Spirit is saying. A little something I threw together. It makes her feel triumphant. It makes her feel accomplished. It builds confidence, talent, accolades, and fame. So she's using this situation to kind of fuel and bring forth what somebody would call content. Okay. Spirit is also acknowledging that in regards to this situation, adding a layer to the cake, there's something that she needs to deal with in regards to this relationship. But she doesn't want to. She's putting it off. Again, this is a way for her to gain some income. Spirit has already acknowledged that. But this is emotional and or could be a water sign attached to this. And there's very little solar plexus energy. So even if she wanted to deal with it, it's like you don't even have the power to deal with it. You don't have the fire in your belly. You can't, like physically, mentally, emotionally, you can't even deal with it because you don't have enough power. This is just what Spirit just keeps saying. So what's the rush? Waiting, inspired action only. Trust, relax, and allow the flow. Because there's nothing she's like, I'll just deal with that. I'll deal with that when I deal with that. There's also energy of her wanting to get away and or go away. Okay, so she could be doing a little vacation or a little, put the kids in the car kind of energy and go to the next city kind of thing. Getting away. Spirit just keeps acknowledging. And the getting away and the wanting to get away is because someone is a nuisance, creating propagation, gossip, hassle, freeloading, and opportunist. And this always reminds me of a lower lying state within the United States. So there's just a layered energy when it comes to wanting to get away from this person who could again lie in the lower lying states within the United States. Okay. All right. Wait. Okay, so the question was, what's going on with Jasmine and Chris? Okay, current energy, my Jazzy Life and Chris, because they was like, she said in the comment section, they said she said that he's buying stuff for the baby or he is back in the life. I don't know. So let's just see what Spirit says. All right. So Spirit is acknowledging when it comes to Chris. For my Jazzy Life, there is an energy of her trying to be a strong pillar, strong post. And this is interesting because this card came out in another reading that I did, and someone asked about a flamingo standing on 2 feet as opposed to 1. And honestly, what it said was this image, when I see it as someone's trying to stand tall and be a strong pillar, have faith, based upon their choices around this romantic passion, and trying to withstand the storm, the water, the emotion that is happening around them. It makes me feel very flustered, almost feeling like deep breathing, anxiety, PTSD. But again, this subscriber was questioning why it was standing on 2 feet versus 1. And when I looked it up, I was like, oh my goodness, this is interesting. Google was saying that in a 2-legged stance, both legs are perfectly vertical and the joints become more unstable. So counterintuitively, flamingos are actually more stable on 1 leg than on 2. And again, trying to be a strong pillar, strong post, standing on 2 legs is actually uncomfortable. Actually, just an improper stance for the body. And it just, again, confirms that there is a lack of stability in this relationship, okay? And if someone is doing more than needed, more than necessary, and it's hurting them ultimately to try to please the other, okay? Ain't that crazy? But that is that. And Spirit is also acknowledging that in this relationship with Chris, that it is giving her lemons, and that she's trying to turn lemons into lemonade. She's trying to make something work on her behalf or to her liking, quote unquote. And so she is trying to make lemonade, excuse me. She's trying to be optimistic. She's trying to persevere. She needs to get grounded. I see red. She is trying to tap into her creativity and her geniusness, and seek opportunity in this, because she doesn't like where they are. She knows it is putting a sour taste in her mouth, but she's trying to still work with it. She's still trying to stand tall. She's still trying to overcome. She's trying to say, okay, what can I do to make this work for me? Spirit said that at the end of the day, it's a bag regardless. Like, I'm going to use my relationship, good or bad, to add a layer to the cake, to make me feel accomplished, to give me some sense of confidence, accolades, fame, talent. Okay, and that's that on that. It doesn't feel passionate, but it does feel like she doesn't want to let go, for one, and she's using it as content. Okay, Spirit, how does Chris currently feel about Jasmine? Okay. Okay, so it does acknowledge that he feels like she's into the brouhaha. She's into candle magic. And if mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. He knows that she does certain things to kind of tap in on his energy. Now, anytime I read on her, this always comes out, so I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised. And he's acknowledging that she needs to focus on self-love, relaxation, regeneration, satiety within, and replenishment. He's also acknowledging, when it comes to her, that he's sweating like a sinner in church, or she's sweating like a sinner on church, because of her desire, okay, her desire to play with the brouhaha and to manifest. He's acknowledging that she's doing this with the fire in her belly, like, I choose to do this, but she's also hiding behind her intuition because she knows it's not right. There's a lot of juggling and multifaceted energy around them. It's a very scrambled and juggled, if that makes sense. It's also a lot of rose-colored glasses being worn when it comes to how he feels about her, what he thinks about her energetically. And again, this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes, but Spirit is also acknowledging there's a ball of emotion over here too, and he feels like there's a lot of pointing of fingers, but when one finger is pointed at someone, several fingers are pointed backwards, and so he feels like she's a suffering fool, disdain, displeasure, content, poking fun. Read between the lines, mama. And I'm just gonna be completely honest, it feels like I don't want a relationship with you. I want to continue a relationship with my child. So we'll see what Spirit says moving in love and light. All right, so what's the current energy for My Jazzy Life? What's the T? All right. Love triangle, third party, multiple lovers, and choices. So that's the T. That's the T. It could be one. It could be two. Spirit is also acknowledging that she's a creativity muncher, and she's using this love triangle, or this energy of being in a love triangle, multiple choices, as a creativity muncher, using it as content. Spirit just keeps saying this, okay? All right, Spirit said there's something else on the back of the deck, and people are looking into this situation, researching her, studying her, and getting more information around this. So the more she talks about this, the more she's using it as content, but it also allows people to dive a little bit deeper and want to know more about her. Is she lying? Is she not? Is kind of the question. And that might be why, someone sent me the message like, sis, what do you think? What is going on? Spirit is also acknowledging that there's spiritual hater in her energy field, that someone is hating on her spirituality. Thank you, Spirit. Or she is hating on someone spiritually. And this has to do with magic and power. That she can be a drama starter, that she will be moving here soon. That was her last chance. So she lost her chance, or they did. And Spirit is also acknowledging, again, dirt digging, people looking up information on her. So she better be careful, because people will find the truth. They just will. Okay? They will. Spirit is also acknowledging that she is in her head. She's overthinking. She's stressed, and she's overanalyzing some things. Now, what's the energy around Chris and My Jazzy Life? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so Spirit is acknowledging child services. So kids at risk of being taken, or is about to, reporting something, neglect and abuse. And I'm asking about her and Chris. And so this is very interesting, because someone could be reporting on her child with him, and or, thank you, Spirit, her other children that are not with him. Spirit said same shit, different day when it comes to her in the area of neglect in regards to children. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Not my business, not my problem. And this is a lot of confusing energy this way, that way, go back kind of thing when it comes to her and her children. Which way do you go? 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. Spirit is also acknowledging that there's some bad habits that she has. And again, this is all energetic. Okay. I don't know her. She don't know me. We don't know each other. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. And so around this energy, around her children, around whatever is going on in her energy field, Spirit is also acknowledging that there's some bad habits here: drugs, addiction, and toxicity. Okay. Wow. Wowzers. All right. So how does she move in love and light? Sending her love and light. Thank you. Spirit says celebrate yourself. You've come a long way. Take a moment to celebrate yourself. That's one thing. 2, Spirit said read. Okay. Read more. The more you read, the more you'll learn. Spirit said you need to get into, what does it say? Okay. Lord Frederick Hamilton. I don't know who that author is. Okay, but I also see roses, which makes me feel like love. So you need to read more about yourself, learn more about yourself, learn more about, love languages and how you love yourself. That's what Spirit said, how you love yourself. Spirit is also acknowledging level up. Start small, start today, just start. The sky is the limit. And in the middle of the deck, Spirit said shop smart. Spend money on experiences, not just things. Make memories. And this is interesting because at the beginning of the reading, there was that getaway kind of card of them possibly going on a vacation. It doesn't feel like a big vacation, but it feels like something that would be like starting small in regards to me and the kids getting in the car. Me and the kids, I'm meaning her and the kids, getting in the car and just taking a trip somewhere, maybe going out of the city, doing an overnight stay, but something of that sort, okay? My Jazzy Life current energy. Oh. All right, the stoner, that's her current energy. We do get the stoner. 40 is significant to her, and so is the number 4. The number 4, okay? So Spirit is acknowledging higher perspective, stoner, relaxation, break time, sense of self, dopamine, release, stimulation, prudence, easing pain, stress release, feeling good, pleasure, intoxicated, high level, consciousness, awakening, newborn perspective, cognitive expansion, altered state of mind. So how does Chris see My Jazzy Life current energy? Why is this card turned over? Okay, he sees her as the polys in reverse. 35, conflicts, exposed, selfishness, trust issues, not working well with others, divided, monogamy, competition, jealousy, third party complications. This is the third time we hear something about a third party. So my Spirit said, if you can't beat them, join them. Please don't do that. I can't make him be faithful, so I'll just join the game. I'll join the little party. Ooh, child. All right, so My Jazzy Life and Chris. My Jazzy Life and Chris. Hanging around still. Center stage. It just keeps coming up that she feels like she's in the spotlight and that this relationship allows her to continue to have something to talk about, okay? Hanging around still because it keeps you center stage. Spirit said friends with benefits. Uh-oh. Their family is in on something. Pay attention to that. Who's the family? Whose side of the family? All right. My Jazzy Life and Chris. All right, 2 steps forward and 2 steps back. Thank you, Spirit. Stay or go. Wanderlust. Take a risk. Make a decision. So someone is going in and out, playing in and out. One foot in the door, the other foot out. With the 2 of Wands in the area of business, but also in the area of passion. Fire sign could be passionate, but yet could be chaotic. With the 5 of Wands, again, fire sign energy. There's conflict, chaos, arguments, competition, and rivalry. There's also an energy with the 5 of Cups in reverse being very emotional, trying to move forward, trying to heal, trying trying to overcome depression. The Spirit is acknowledging that this is affecting her as the Empress, her as the mother, coming off very neglectful, very dependent, and also some bad parenting. Second time we hear about bad parenting. With the Ace of Swords, she is trying to get some mental clarity. She is trying to have some new plans, gain some new traction, making the right decision, communicating that she's trying to make better decisions. With the Knight of Pentacles, actually working for what she wants, being very persistent, focusing on her dreams coming true, being conservative, and trying to be a responsible person. At the end, though, Spirit is acknowledging even all this hard work is still going to lead to judgment, because whatever you put out in the universe, it comes back. It's reciprocity. It's karma. So if you put it out there, just know, no matter whether you're good with life or you bad with life, it's going to come back and get you. Good choices equal good karma, and bad choices equal bad karma. So when this judgment comes, which very much seems like karma, it's going to come with clarity. You're going to know why. Okay? They're going to be judging the situation and bringing balance to the situation. Okay? Because all scales will be weighed. Okay? It will bring balance to everything. Everything will have balance, okay? There will be an awakening, and there will be problem solving, and there will be a final decision. Second time we hear make a decision and a final decision. And Spirit just keeps telling me, like, look, what you put out in the universe, you're going to get back. So get ready. Get ready. Okay. Spirit said that this has to do with your home. There's a lack of support, moving away from home. Second time we hear about moving away and feeling unwelcome. The home, the happy home is disrupted. Okay. With the Four of Wands. When it comes to Chris and My Jazzy Life, current energy, please. All right. Three of Swords, heartbreak. Hotel. This is trauma, heartbreak, loneliness, grief, and crying is on the top of the deck. Subconsciously, because of this, she's an absent mother, rude, and a dependent woman with the Queen of Swords. Second time we hear this, a lot of negative self-talk. In the middle of the deck, again, she is using this as leverage. It just keeps saying content and using it as something to talk about with big money, wealthy money, lump sum, long-term business. Okay. So she's using her pain as profit. Okay. Chris coming around for the baby. Are they co-parenting? What's the energy around Chris coming around the baby? Co-parenting. That's what the subscriber wanted to know. Thank you, Spirit. With the Six of Swords, there's an energy of overcoming obstacles and moving forward, leaving even though someone doesn't want to, running away. So I'm not sure if that's the case. Co-parenting, it doesn't seem like this is something that's very consistent energetically. It feels like someone is actually leaving, like trying to get away from the other person. With the Three of Swords, there is fingers crossed with luck and teamwork and being able to work together. But there's also a big distance, or it feels like distance between these two. And these two, I mean Jasmine and Chris. Also, there's a lack of self-control. Someone feels lost, and there are some car trouble. So the car is affected here. Someone may not be able to get to the other person or travel as much, but there is something that's just interrupting, disrupting, creating an obstacle with one person trying to physically get to the other. So when it comes to them co-parenting for the son, it does feel like someone had to leave, even though they didn't want to, and that they do have their fingers crossed in regards to teamwork and working ahead, but there's distance between them. And Spirit even says there's some long distance in between them, okay? All right, and then the middle of the deck again, Spirit is acknowledging that this situation with the Four of Swords makes someone just want to go lay down. They feel very stressed and feel like they're dealing with a lot of solitude, being by themselves, because this is mentally overloading for them. It's too much. They need to focus on relaxation and introspection, okay? So what's next for My Jazzy Life? Thank you, Spirit. All right. Deadbeat parent, boring and broken promises with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Becoming a conformist when she's typically a non-conformist. Earth sign energy is on this card. And she is trying to think subconsciously of new ways to get out of this funk, to get out of this energy field, right? And there's some mental clarity, and she feels like she's making the right decision now. Okay, that's all subconscious. In the middle of the deck, what we can't see is she's concentrating on her entrepreneurship. She's concentrating on achieving her goals and just focusing on attention to detail. She feels like right now it is good for her to be creative. She is tapping into her willpower, manifesting, working on different projects, okay? And she feels like everything is coming true. Everything is moving forward for her. It's up and up. Good health, abundance, entertainment, fame, and rewards, but be careful, because let me tell you something. There is something that is not finished. There is something that is incomplete. The chapter is not closed. This is not it. Okay. This is not period. This is ... ellipsis. There is more. There is more to come, because there is a lack of closure, and it's going to come with stagnation. Sending her love and light. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Now we sit back and let the universe do what the universe does. Duh.